Detroit Lions sign another quarterback, so now have 5 competing for basically a roster spot behind Jared Goff. As you know, we drafted Hendon Hooker in the 3rd round. Awesome. Nate Sudfeld's still around, and we just added another one. So the Detroit Lions, and I'm going to tell you why this is. I really like this. Look, it's a long shot here, but let's talk through it. So Adrian Martinez. So yes, that's the guy from Nebraska who then just transferred to Kansas State for his last year. So let me just run through his career real quick, and you can see how there's a window here, right? Of there's a window of talent that he could be unlocking that we can get him just at the right time. Again, this is not our long-term solution at quarterback, anything like that, a franchise quarterback, but it's just a good ad to get the competition going. So remember, 2018, he's a freshman. First year head coach Scott Frost. Remember all the excitement in Nebraska, and he actually plays well. He's fast. He has a few good games, the whole thing. And then that sophomore year, it was like everybody's like, this is it. Like Martinez, Scott Frost is going to turn this thing around, and it just wasn't good. It was 5-7. Not a great season. And then 2020 and 2021 was COVID. And it just turns out that Scott Frost just never really got it going. Never, I mean, right? Like you just was like, dude, Nebraska football was just not where we thought it was. So Martinez, either he was the problem or maybe not, right? Maybe he wasn't the problem. Maybe it was just Nebraska football. So he goes and he transfers to Kansas State. And here's the thing about this. Goes to Kansas State. They had a great year last year. He did deal with some injuries, some up and down things, but he helped win their first Big 12 championship over TCU. So he played well, passed for I think it was 14. No, that was in 2021 for his Nebraska career. Where's his? Anyway, we'll get to it in a second, but up and down with injuries, but he was able to play and actually played well and helped Kansas State have a good season, Big 12 champions. So what you get in him, we all know he's very fast. He's athletic. He's kind of Colin Kaepernick-ish. And so you look at where we're at with our depth chart. You got Jared Goff, Hendon Hooker, who's questionable, won't be back until midway through the season. So you still need a backup. Nate Sudfeld. So you've just got an improved Nate Sudfeld. Am I crazy there? Or they're the same, whatever. But I mean, isn't Martinez quicker, faster, more athletic, and can just throw the same as Sudfeld? Because remember, Sudfeld, he's only had I think he's ever started an NFL game. Like Sudfeld's nothing outstanding. We know that it's nothing against him. It's just like, man, bring in some competition. So this is much better than our David Blau situation last year, at backup where we had no backup. Now you've got Hendon Hooker. You've got Adrian Martinez, who I just really think is a guy that could. I'm not saying he will, but remember he was in that Nebraska hype train that never took off. Combine that with COVID, probably wasn't used correctly, wanted to be more of a pocket passer, but it never materialized. And now all of a sudden you've got him going to Kansas State, winning a Big 12 championship. Maybe there's something still there. Had a good solid pro day, was not invited to the combine. I'm asking you to dream with me a little bit. That not that he is our starter, but that, man, really provide that competition. And you never know, because we're still in that COVID window. And what I mean by that was we're still we're all affected by it, and it will never stop. But it's like almost there was these guys that were like, this was their freshman, sophomore year or whatever. And, younger guys will have to deal with too, whatever. But what happened to him in college, because there was so much hype, 4-star recruit, could have been this, could have been that, hype, never really materialized. So it's like, oh, he sucks. And it's like, well, no, he doesn't. He's got a quick release, strong arm, athletic. I mean, what else right? Like what else? I don't know. So let me know your thoughts on Martinez, where you're at with him, your thoughts. And is this even worth talking about? Because to me, there's something that could be there. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. There's something that could be there. Brad Holmes is great at this. Undrafted free agent that we signed, add more depth to the QB room. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.